Hey everybody, today I'm going to be sharing with you an ancestral gut healing grocery haul, and I'm also going to be sharing what my boyfriend and I eat in a week for gut healing. So I still eat about 90% the same way that I did when I was healing my chronic gut issues. So what I'm going to be showing you is exactly what you should eat if you have chronic gut issues like I used to. I used to have really bad IBS, that was constipation, abdominal pain, and just a really weak digestion. So this is how I ate to overcome my digestive issues. And now that I'm healed, I stick to this about 90% of the time because I want to retain my progress. But you do get a little bit of flexibility once you heal. So sometimes I'll have things like homemade sourdough bread or just some other things that I won't have as often. So realize that when you heal, you will get a little bit more freedom to stray from this, but this is what your diet should look like, or an example of what it should look like for the majority of the time. If you don't know me already, my name is Kaylee. I am a gut health nutrition coach, and I help people to overcome their chronic digestive issues at the root using the principles of ancestral nutrition, as well as some other holistic health principles. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go meal by meal. So let's get started with breakfast. So I have two different breakfasts that I'm gonna be having this week. The first one is eggs. You can see right here, I got these nice pasture-raised eggs, and then I'm gonna be having some bacon with it. So I got this bacon right here, and it's got no nitrates or nitrates. That's what you like to look for in bacon. And then I'm gonna be having some grapefruit. So I've got 2 grapefruits. I'll usually have 1 whole or half a grapefruit. And then I like to have hollandaise sauce with my egg meal. So I'm gonna mix eggs, some butter. Got some really nice butter here. And then I'm also gonna whisk in some lemon juice and some salt and some paprika that I have in the kitchen. So that's gonna be my breakfast number 1. My second breakfast is going to be an oatmeal. So I have these steel cut oats, these nice organic steel cut oats. And I wanna note with the oatmeal, I like to minimize nuts, grains, seeds, and legumes when healing your gut. It is really important. They're really high anti-nutrient foods. They can really be difficult to digest, and they can kind of scrape up your gut lining. So I always try to properly prepare them. So with my oats, I start soaking them overnight to break down some of the phytic acid and lectins and other anti-nutrients in them. If you have really bad gut issues, I would recommend you skip the oatmeal for now. You can introduce it later, and I would just stick to the egg meal. But like I said in the beginning, I've healed now, I have more flexibility, and even if you do have gut issues, you can normally tolerate a few of these high anti-nutrient foods as long as you're preparing them properly and you're just mindful of that. So I still ate this way when I was healing my gut. So I'm gonna have the oatmeal. I do put some milk in that, so I've got a really nice milk right here. And I put butter, same butter in there, and I put a little bit of honey. This is a nice local one. It says local in big giant caps on there. And then I put some pecans on there. So I toast my pecans first to get rid of some of those anti-nutrients. And then I've got some blueberries that I put on top too. And then, because that's not very high protein and I like to have balanced macro-wise meals, I do have these little pork sausages that I have on the side of my oatmeal. So those are really good. And then with breakfast, I have coffee. So I have some coffee right here. And then I just put some of that same milk in there. So those are my 2 breakfasts that I'm gonna have. And then my boyfriend eats a little bit differently. We share a lot of the same meals, but I also prepare different meals for him to take to work. He just likes to eat slightly different than I do, so that's the way we do things. So he's gonna have potatoes, he's gonna have eggs, and then he's gonna have either chicken or steak each day. So I've got some chicken here, and I've got some nice steak right here. So those are gonna be the breakfast. Like I said, he will either have chicken or steak, and it just alternates between those 2. It's a really easy one to bring to work. I make the eggs fresh in the morning, and that works really well. All right, so let's talk about lunch now. So for me, I'm gonna have a yogurt bowl every day, and there's 2 different variations of this. So I've got this really nice yogurt here, Strauss yogurt. I love Strauss dairy, it's amazing. So I'm gonna have that, and I'm gonna have some berries on it. So I've got some nice organic strawberries here. I always try to get organic everything, but I really prioritize berries because they're so like fragile. They don't have a thick skin on them, so I really like to make sure that they're organic. And then I've also got some blackberries here. And I've got some almond butter that I'm gonna put on top. And then I've got some almonds that I'm gonna toast up and chop up. And I've got a few seeds here, so I've got some chia seeds, hemp seeds, and flax seeds. And I'm gonna toast those and then grind them up to make them easier to digest. And I'm gonna put that on my yogurt bowl. So again, a lot of people that I work with can tolerate that level while they're healing their gut. It's not a lot and it adds a little more flavor to your meals. But if you have really bad gut issues and you wanna know how to take your diet like even further in the gut healing direction, I would just skip the nuts and go more for the yogurt and the berries. Now again here, we run into the problem of not enough protein. So to fix that, I make homemade bone broth. So I just grab this one out of the fridge that I have and I make it out of these chicken feet. And then I also put any other extra bones that I have that I store in the fridge in there. I put onions, carrots, celery if I have it. I put kombu seaweed, I put a dash of apple cider vinegar, and I put some parsley in there as well. So just 1 cup of protein, or 1 cup of bone broth has 9.4 grams of protein, and I have about 1.5 cups every day. So that's good for collagen, it's good for healing your gut lining, and it boosts the protein for that meal. So the other variation, the second lunch that I have of the yogurt bowl is gonna be pretty much the same thing, but I've got a banana, so I'm gonna put a banana and some more strawberries on there. And then I'm gonna roast up some sweet potato and I'm gonna put that on there. And then I'm gonna have peanut butter, which I have in the fridge. And then on both of them, I like to put some cinnamon and cardamom as well. So I'm gonna have that yogurt bowl, I'll have it with the bone broth again too. So those are my 2 lunches this week. And then what my boyfriend's gonna have is he is gonna have steak again, and then he's gonna have rice. So for the rice, because it's a grain and because he has it kind of often, I always soak it. So I have some that I put in the fridge, or sorry, not in the fridge. I will soak rice in water with a dash of apple cider vinegar the night before. And then when I go to cook it, I will rinse it and then put fresh water in there and cook that. So that really decreases the phytic acid, the lectins, and those other anti-nutrients that can, like I said before, scrape at your gut lining, cause leaky gut, decrease your nutrient absorption, and all those things you don't want. So rice and oats, the 2 grains I have here, are actually gonna be some of the easier to digest grains. So if you want to play with a little bit, you feel like you can handle it, just prepare them properly, like I said, and you should be fine. So with lunch, my boyfriend will also have apple juice. He really likes apple juice. And I forgot to say, I will have sparkling grapefruit juice. I got some grapefruit juice and I got some good sparkling water. These are really, really nice for hydrating. And because the fruit is in juice form, it's just really, really easy on the gut. There's no fiber or anything like that in there. So these are really nice. They add a little bit of nutrients too. And then he will have bone broth as well. And then we both have pate. So mine, I have like 1 spoon left. I'm about to run out right now, so I'll make more in a day or 2. But I've got some liver that I get. And I've got some heart. Now I cut this up and put it in a different bag. So this is not the original because I got a giant heart and I wanted to section it off before freezing it. But this is a chunk of heart that I have for there. And I'll put some bacon in there and some butter and milk and bone broth. So there's a few other ingredients that go in there, but I will make a pate. And we both have we have about 2 tablespoons each every day of the pate. And the liver, especially the heart too, just really gives you a nice nutrient boost. It gives you more vitamin A and all these different nutrients you need to heal and repair your gut lining, make digestive enzymes, make stomach acid, make bile, make all the things you need your digestive system to work properly. All right, so let's move on to dinner. So for dinner, I'm gonna have some salmon and asparagus. Now again, I took this out of the container because I was freezing it separately last week. But anyway, I have some really nice wild sockeye salmon here. And then I'm gonna be having it with some asparagus. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put some potatoes with mine too. Just depends on how I'm feeling, but that'll add a little more carbs and make it more balanced. So I'm gonna have that for 2 nights. And on those 2 nights, my boyfriend's going to have some steak. Got a few different steaks here and potatoes. So that's gonna be his meal those 2 nights. And then the next 5 nights, I got this big giant ham that I'm really excited about because it was a really good deal and we both really love ham. It's that spiral cut one, so it's really yummy. So we're gonna have ham and then I'm gonna make potato gratin. So I have the potatoes here. I'm gonna put some heavy cream. I've got this nice Gruyere cheese, or however you say that. I've got Parmesan I forgot to take out of the fridge because I already had that, so I'll put that in there. I've got some leek. I'll do some garlic and some rosemary, some butter. Yeah, so I'll make that. So we'll have ham and potato gratin. That's really nice because I can do the ham one day and then I can just reheat it the next few nights, and I'll make a bunch of potato gratin and do the same, reheat it the next few nights. So that makes it really easy as well. Then we will have dessert. So for dessert, we do raw milk. So I got this nice raw milk here. And then I make these desserts that I call fat mints. So they basically are kind of like a mix between Thin Mints and a fat bomb. So that's why we call them fat mints. But basically what they have is they've got some really good dark chocolate. This is 100% cacao. It's really good brand. I recommend it. And I put a little bit of butter in there. And I put some peppermint extract, which I forgot to bring out here, but I'll put some of that in there. And I do 1 layer of the dark chocolate, and then I do a layer of white chocolate. So these are also kind of like peppermint bark as well. So I've got this nice white chocolate. It's hard to find a really good white chocolate, but this is the best one that I found. So I use this white chocolate. And again, I put a little butter and a little mint in there. I do a white chocolate layer, another dark chocolate layer. And those are really good. They're very, very low in sugar and they're really tasty. So we have those. I will also have some dates with a little bit of butter inside. I'll put some salt on top. That is a really nice way to get some more potassium and some other nutrients, and it tastes really good too. And then I'll have berries. So whatever berries I have left over, sometimes I use blueberries. I think I'll probably use strawberries this week because I bought a lot of them, but I will have some berries with that as well. So we do that dessert every night because for us, it's adding more nutrients in, it's adding more healthy calories, and it's really, really enjoyable. It makes it really easy to stick to eating this way because we enjoy everything that we eat. So that makes it really, really nice. So basically for the structure for me, I eat breakfast around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I eat lunch around 2-ish, and then I will have dinner around 6-ish, and then I'll have my dessert right after dinner. So it's really just an extension of dinner because I like to space my meals by at least 3 hours to give my stomach plenty of time to fully digest them before it's moving on to the intestines and just before new food is added. So anyway, this is what we eat in a week. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you have some more ideas for what you can eat now. If you did and you want to learn more about healing your digestive system, I actually have a free training video that's all about how to heal your gut and get your digestive system to work like an efficient machine. So if you want to feel like every time you're going to eat, you know your body is going to break down the food properly, you're going to absorb the maximum amount of nutrients from it and not get any symptoms like acid reflux or indigestion or bloating or constipation or any of these uncomfortable things. You just want your digestive system to work like it's supposed to and work really, really well, and to have your gut fully healed and not have these symptoms anymore, then this training video is for you. It's something that I really, really wish I had back when I was dealing with really bad gut issues. So it is my gift to you. If you would like to check it out, I will leave a link down below. Like I said, it's a really, really great spot to get started with healing your gut and digestive system, and it's just jam-packed full of a lot of really helpful info. So I hope you like it if you decide to check that out. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you could like it, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your questions about both a gut healing diet and meal planning, grocery hauls, things like that. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, I would love to hear them and answer them for you. So let me know in the comments. And if you want more info about healing your gut, you want to learn how your gut works, how you can heal it, how you can overcome those symptoms, and how you can do it naturally with diet and lifestyle, that's what I talk about on this channel. So if you like more of that, definitely subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video.